Welcome back to Eudemons Online, welcome back to Hickam Plays. For those of you who on my previous stream, I'm sorry that I had to end so quickly. But we are in SacredField now, so this video will be primarily around this. I mean, I'm always taking questions, taking answers. Well, giving answers. Let's hit tab and see what's actually going on with this boss. Music continues as always. Guys, if you do enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, comment, do all sorts, share to your friends, share to your family. I don't know, just share it around. Let's try and get more players onto Eudemons Online. Let's try help all the newcomers. Oh god, I haven't heard this song in years. That's a hard question. 400-500 easily. But then that's plus EPs and stuff that I've made on the server. Like, it adds up. If you were to not win the stuff that I won, probably more. Like, I've probably spent comfortably 500 though. Yeah, I mean, you could do what I've done in less than a K, for sure. I mean, I plan everything very carefully. It's just sort of person I am. I like to try and min-max everything. So when I started, at least like Elven, I had a few spreadsheets I made, and I made sure to kind of calculate every EP that I was going to spend. So I knew exactly what I was getting myself into. Oh, am I the only one here? Oh no. I'm gonna have to put shields up. But yeah, I made spreadsheets. I calculated sort of what animals I would need, how much EPs I was going to spend. I made sure to time it all within like a recharge event as well. Yeah, I duoed with Yumi on that. So Yumi, when he was playing Big Daddy Senpai, and I was on Little Big. So in order to spend a lot less and secure every event, we decided to both spend a sizable amount each and maintain sort of rank 1 and 2, which is what we ended up doing. So we took rank 1 and rank 2 and then won all the events. We were making just under 300 EPs every chamber, and that was for 2 weeks, so 2 to 3 weeks. So if you have a friend that's going to spend sort of like in the same region as you, and you can try and take over a server that way, go for it. I mean, I'm personally going to be on that server, so yeah, I will most likely be doing the same thing again. But I'm always up for competition. Or if you're going to like an America server or an Asia server or wherever, like, you know, look into it. Also, another thing we don't know about Steam is, so when I was playing on Elven, I noticed people were bringing over like 100k EPs, 120k EPs and stuff from other servers. I don't think that's going to be an option in Steam. So the first look at what we're getting on Steam, it looks like the servers are going to be locked. At least that's the information that's currently being given out. Again, none of it by TQ, so I'm waiting for TQ's official answer. But a lot of people were speculating that the servers will be locked, so there won't be cross-server trade. Which also means there won't be transferring to those servers. And, you know, the accounts will be made on your Steam account as opposed to a TQ account. But we would need to, like, until all of that kind of comes to light, I couldn't say yes or no to any of that. So I'm going to ask TQ, hopefully get a quick answer from them regarding that. But if that is the case, then we'd be entering a server where there is no outside EPs, so there is no black market, which would be amazing. I think the black market's bad for the game, in honesty. So removing that would be very interesting. Like, I know it will definitely arise back, but until it does, could you imagine a server where everyone, like, only has the EPs they spent, as opposed to stuff they've moved over from another server? Or you got to remember, this game's been up for 10 plus years now, so there's a lot of people with a lot of resources that can move things over with cross-server trade. Damn, we're doing really well. Sora's hitting silly numbers as always. Absolutely brilliant. My guys, Zohan, Sora's here. Awesome. Very close. See, this is what I'm saying. If we split the Legion in two, we could feasibly compete with Arcadia. And this is without some of our big guys. Yeah, no, I completely agree. The game is not very new player friendly, and that's the first thing I sent to TQ, saying you guys have no guides, there's no content online, which is why they've gone, hey, alright, make content. So that's what I'm doing. I'm slowly trying to build content and, you know, build a forum, but naturally it's taking time. As much as we're in a lockdown and I have a bit of free time, I still have work and other sort of things, other responsibilities outside of the game. So, bearing in mind I don't work for TQ, so this is just another player trying to contribute. But yeah, I mean, if there's any questions about sort of fresh start, or any questions that you want as a new player, feel free to ask them. You know, I'll answer them. I am going to try and release a video tomorrow, you know, answering some questions. So I've had a lot of new players message me. I did mention this previously, like earlier in the day, but I've had a lot of people message me, and I will try and get content out specifically aimed at them, given that they've been asking me a lot of, like, it's a lot of players that used to play 10 years ago or 8 years ago, or like a long time ago, or players that have, you know, found out through those guys that have never played Eudemons, that want to get into it, you know, want to experience it. And yeah, you know, I'm going to try and get some content out regarding it. Also link all the sort of Reddit and all the other stuff that we're working on, so that everyone can, you know, get up to speed quicker. Yeah, exactly. In 1 to 2 weeks, there's no reason why you can't learn everything. It took me, I think, to get to where I'm at, it's taken me 6 months. Like, and that's not even sugarcoating it. I still learn things. But to learn sort of the most important stuff and, like, a good core of stuff, it's going to take you a week. Like, you'll learn all the most important stuff within a week. And then as you start hitting hurdles, you know, quests and stuff, you're going to realize that, you know, there is content out there for the quests in which you need to complete. Let's see where we're doing. We've got 5 more minutes of damage dealing to do. And Immortals have just hit top. Boys, we're skyrocketing. It's because our members are slowly showing up. Everyone's just kind of doing brilliant work. Right. We've got so many people online right now. There is 14 of us online at this moment. This is without a doubt the biggest this Legion's ever gotten. I've always supported small Legions, so very, like, 5 people size sort of Legions. I don't know how this Legion grew to this size. It really wasn't on the cards, but it just did. You should do a few videos on what pets to use, different classes. Plus explaining composing and doing it for the site. Again, there's lots of missing information. Yeah, 100%. Like the forums, as they call it on the website, it's not even forums. It's, you go into the questing tab and then it has like a walkthrough for some quests. That's about all the information the game gives you. And as a new player, you don't know that. As a returning player, you'd understand the concept of composing. But for completely new players, there's absolutely no knowledge. And for me, when I started back in September, you know, I was being sold all sorts of terrible pets for really expensive prices because I didn't understand how hard it was. Back when I played, you know, 10 years ago for the first time, a 40-star pet was sort of, wow, this guy must have spent billions. Like, it was ridiculous. It was unattainable. But nowadays, it really isn't. Like, I have a 470 star. I'm not to say, you know, everyone can achieve that, but in reality, there's nothing stopping you. As long as you put the hard work and dedication in, there's nothing stopping you. Of course, if you know, decide to then sell the shards for EPs, it's a whole different story. But then you could buy better pets, faster pet, maybe. You know, there's all sorts of different things you can do. But yeah, no, on tomorrow's video, I will try and cover sort of what the best pets are. Maybe have a pet tier list of sorts. I'll explain sort of what each pet does as well. And yeah, I do want to make a guide on composing, because I feel like I could genuinely get a solid video out of that. It'll be very boring. It'll be very number based, but you know, we can get that done. I could try and make it interesting. Plus, I have tons of composing to do. So if you're looking at what I'm doing in game as well, you can see my health bar going down like constantly. It's because this boss hits really hard. So every so often, when the skill's available, I'm dis-summoning this and summoning Panda. So you can see the Panda recovery is kicked in. I can then put Ruby back on for maximum damage, and Panda's skill is still ticking. For those of you who don't know what Panda's skill does, every sort of 20 seconds, it heals for a steady amount of health. So you can see we're half health again, so we're just going to do the swap again. Do that, put Ruby back on, maybe click one too many times, and we're back up to health. So that's all we're doing, we're just triggering the Panda's healing, and then doing our DPS again with Ruby, because Ruby's attack is much higher. So it's all about trying to min-max your damage, and that's exactly what we're doing. I can show you the damage difference actually. So I'm a physical attacker, so you know, let's call it the maximum. So 6,800 is the max, whilst Ruby's max is 13,986. That is, of course, with the Ruby buff, so actually that's 9,900. So you can see that there is, in fact, a 3,000 damage difference between the two, which is ultimately going to give me a huge damage buff. We're going to die if I keep talking. Okay. I forgot to do the trick, almost killed myself. It's not really a trick, it's just, you know, toggling skills. We've got 40 more seconds, so the plan is to not die and just avoid any damage that this boss is going to hit us with. We're doing a terrible job of avoiding any damage this boss is going to do to us. Right, let's just put Panda in us for a bit. That really, I mean, the healing is, we should have died at this point. The fact that we're still in this is unreal, and I think we're dead. No, we died with 12 seconds to go. I mean, I'll take fourth, that's not a problem. That's alarming. Me dying right at the end is actually really bad for the Legion, but I think I want to lie to you and say it's all fine. Oh man, that sucks having to die right at the end. It's fine, let's go claim our... So we actually got, I mean, bearing in mind there's 15 of us, we got 136 EPs. That's probably each. You know, when you have a smaller Legion, you'll be taking in more EPs. Like on Elven for SacredField, so I couldn't stream it because I was actually working at that time, so I didn't stream Elven City this morning. Instead, I'm streaming it today now at this time. but I made 460 EPs there, and there were 6 of us, so like you can make a silly amount of EPs. You know, over the weekends, that's an easy 1,000 to 2,000 EPs. There we go. You know what we should do? We should go to the temple. I can't believe we died there, that was so bad. I think on a previous stream I said that this is one of the most important quests you could do a day. It really, really is. It takes seconds to get it done. And it's one that you shouldn't miss until you get to level 150. Just look at this. So we're on 14%. 15. 19. 5% per day now. And like, we're getting close to the level cap. There's no other place you're ever going to get that much XP. Let's leave our party. I'm very curious what to talk about. Drug. The Senyo's. I don't know who Senyo is. Let's actually look at her. Oh, firstly, damn, these Defiers, they look so good. That is an amazing, so much crit attack. Holy. This is some serious Defier. I'm surprised this isn't higher. He's got no skill here, that's probably why. That. Now, I would give everything for that. Falling Star level 5, and he's got crit attack 450. That is so beautiful. I'm surprised it's so low in power for all that. Again, Falling Star level 75. That is so nice. I'm actually so jealous. Let's have a check on Don. It's all about trying to max your skills as well. So if you're Shadow Knight, there isn't that many skills. I think it's only number 8. So let's see who's got it on 8. He doesn't. You want to be min-maxing your skills that are like attached, which you get from here. But just getting the right skills sucks. Let's just burn all this. We don't have much.
Kendimi esir aldım. Çalmadı yine.
Oh god, I'm definitely getting tired.
Alışırım sanmıştım.
There's still PK events and stuff on later today. But I was up really early to get some work done.
Gel etme nazlı güneş. Sensin gönlüme eş.
Just get a sneeze out of me as well.
Biraz anlasana. Ölürüm aşkına ya. Ölürüm diyar diyar. Beni biraz anlasana.
Not bad.
Of, sarıl bana. Beni biraz anlasana. Of, sarıl bana. Beni biraz anlasana.
I'll be right back. Just grab one thing.
Kendimi esir aldım. Çalmadı yine telefonlar. Alışırım sanmıştım. Yüreğimde sancın var. Gel etme nazlı güneş. Sensin gönlüme eş. Beni biraz anlasana. Ölürüm aşkına yar. Ölürüm diyar diyar. Beni biraz anlasana. Of, sarıl bana. 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 Beni biraz anlasana.
Alright, I'm back. I had to go get more water. Right, so we've got what's to do with the goddess thing. I've only been back 2 days now. Not sure where to start. Okay, So Goddess. Goddess is a great way of getting BP. So I assume you're God by now. You should be God by now. If you're not God by now, I would definitely try and get a 40-star pet, get God, and then you can unlock Goddess if I'm not wrong. You need to actually be a God to unlock Goddess. You get given the parts for the first one, Goddess of Life. Okay, so if you're not God yet, I don't think you can unlock Goddess yet, but you get the first bit. Wait, where are we? In Quest, if you were to... Well, I can't actually show you where it is in Quest, but it's located like chapter 2 or 3 on your... Oh, it's actually here, isn't it? Ignore me. Here we are. So once you complete these challenges on Graduate, you will unlock the Life Goddess pack, and that will unlock you the first Goddess. The second one and the third one, you're going to need to farm. In order to farm them, you will need to come over here. And then select Realm of Sage. Within the Realm of Sage map, this is boss number... So this is for... You've got to collect the parts from here to unlock Goddess 2. And then that's Goddess 3. Down here. So once you get those two, that will unlock 3 of your goddesses. And then for your last goddess, the Goddess of Battle, you need to get to level 130. 130 you can hit within days, I promise you. Get to 130. And then again, you need to go into Quest. It's in Glory Path. And it's the last one, if I'm not wrong. Is it a Legend? Glory Path? Here we are, it is actually in Gods. So there you go. Hit Divine level 15 and beat the level 130 boss, and you get the last boss there. I mean, this video will be on YouTube, so you can just kind of rewind it when you're ready to look at it.
Bir zalimin ihanetiyle yandı.
Ooh, kill Axe Demons. Yeah, I'm not gonna go kill Axe Demons. Don't do it. But yeah, and then afterwards, once you have the points, you'll have these points here. Then you go into your goddess and you roll them. So for this one, just like this. I guess if you get a good P attack. I feel like 5 P attack isn't worth rolling over. But then we've maxed it here. See, this is kind of worth rolling. It's going to be a fair bit. Or...
Ben bu gece ölmezsem ölmem hiçbir vakit. Dağ gibi bir yiğide kıydı geçti sanki vakit.
Let's see if we can get ATBP. Or, forget ATBP, let's just try and get more P attack. Bearing in mind 91 is going to give us gold, so... We're never hitting it. Unfortunate, but not gonna happen. Yeah, no worries. You're welcome. I mean, the channel's still very new. Like, we've only been, you know, live for... I want to say 2 or 3 weeks now. Like it's a very, very new channel. It's a whole new thing. And you can really thank the whole quarantine, giving me more time to do things like this. You know, another thing, I'll need to double check, make sure it's actually in the description, but there should be a link to the Reddit. I can see there's a link to the Facebook group. yeah, I need to make sure the link to the Reddit is on here as well, because I need people to go over to the Reddit as we slowly start to grow it, ask questions there, and, you know, try and get an answer. But that is the link to the Reddit.
Çemberinde gül oya, gülmedim doya doya.
Well, I need that now, don't I?
Çemberinde gül oya, gülmedim doya doya. Dertleri tarıyorum.
Actually, let's do one thing before we do disappear.
Al beni kıyamam seni. Dertleri karıyorum.
I don't know how many people know this, but you can check if you go into ranks here. You can go into sort of each server and see rankings. So if we go into Eudemons and then go into server, the one I really want to know is if Elven is added yet. So there's still no information on Elven City, but we can check Elysium. So you can see that Bounty Killer's got a 1,000-star pet. Damn, she made it 1,000-star already. You know, then you've got Artemisia, Donkrieg. You see all their pets. See Ozai's pet, our guy Ozai. And then if you go into gold, so again you can do the same with gold. You can see who's got what in their bank. So he's actually got 89 billion in the bank. It's interesting. Bounty Killer's got another 51 bill. It's a lot of gold on this server, always. Alright, that's 7 billion. So anyone on there is 7. Actually, if he's got 89 billion, one thing we should probably look at is... So I know that Dirty Deeds is Bowmaster. So he'll be skyrocketing, in all due honesty, to about here. So it looks like he's trying to push into the top 3. Yeah, it makes no difference in BP unless he overtakes Don Krieg, but yeah, it's just an interesting look. So it's always nice to kind of have a look at what your opponents are doing. You can always have a look at who's got what in London, for example. One thing I'm actually curious about, if you go into Eudemons again, you can also drop down here and just like click, see who's got the best Sage Wukong. So the best Sage Wukong right now is New York server. Best King Wukong, that's us. Best Ruby, Ruby's a solid. Crypt King, absolutely brilliant Ruby. And Lilia, the Undead in London. That's beautiful, Lillian. Hindsight. 400 star. You could check pretty much every Eudemon like this, so you can go into the rankings and it's versatile. Alright, Tifa. So Ares Hina has the best one. I used to be rank 1 for this. So before I gave this to Ozai, that used to be the rank 1 one. You can see people are beating me in that. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a look at the ranking as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this video off now. I think you guys had enough of me today. I'm going to probably go sleep. Give the next event a miss. And we'll see you guys tomorrow with hopefully more great content. Have a lovely day.